want us to make a noise?
No, that's fine. It was
good.
perfectly better.
Yeah.
Welcome to the latest edition of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
We are in the lovely Ambrosia Centre.
Yes.
For IdeaWave.
And yeah, for IdeaWave.
And before we get in and talk about our mysterious guest, you just got back from Japan, so you want to do a quick shout out before we proceed?
Oh, I was in Japan for what, 10 days?
Yep.
You were supposed to come with me, but that didn't work out. I'm sorry.
We don't like to mention that.
Oh.
Still emotionally scarred that I couldn't go. So.
But instead I went with Callie John from Geeky TV. Also went with Neil Schaefer. He was my replacement.
BFF.
For the ANA's Inspiration of Japan campaign, and I just got back.
Cool. Welcome
have
back.
lots of story to tell, but today it's all about
that
this guy.
And I wore glasses just because I knew we were going to talk to you.
Nice.
It makes me look smarter.
I missed the memo. I didn't get
We're at IdeaWave, which is a bunch of ideas, so I figured I'd try to look smarter. We have with us Kris Constable.
Kris with a K.
Kris with a K.
I'm really picky about that. Like you.
Russel with an L. You're not so
Just,
picky about that. One L.
Like when somebody, sometimes people talk about you and don't spell your name properly. I was like, no. K.
Often in emails you'll get it, and it's like, I signed my name K-R-I-S, and then the response is like, thanks, Kris, C-H-R-I-S, and it's like a line below.
I was like, see, that's not engaging,
I get
right?
that.
That just drives me crazy. Like, don't people read?
Pay that much attention.
Yeah, exactly. Know who you're talking to.
Call
This
me.
other Kris? I don't know this guy. I'm Mr. KRIS1 or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're here for IdeaWave, and that's the whole point why we're here. And I guess the best way to ask is ask the person involved the most with IdeaWave. So maybe you should say it, what's your involvement with IdeaWave?
I guess created it, and I'm
That's pretty involved.
Pretty organizer, I guess I'll take this to.
Yeah.
But I started a thing actually here in Victoria about 4 years ago called Ideas. So it's just an ideas meeting where we meet regularly over a couple of beer and talk about ideas. And
Booze and ideas. That's the best way it goes.
It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Actually, you may have saw we just got sponsored by Lighthouse, and we've got cake set up for this afternoon.
Awesome.
So let's let the ideas flow.
So we're going to stay a little longer than we had anticipated.
So I'm lucky enough I travel a lot, and so in my travels, in various cities in Canada, I started these ideas meetings, and they now happen in most major cities in the country.
Nice.
And I guess it was 2009 where they went kind of international. So now there's one in Singapore, there's one in Buenos Aires.
Oh, wow.
So it's really, I realize there's a lot of people who like talking about ideas
We
regularly.
should do this in Japan.
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah, make it
Done.
happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next flight, I'll replace Russell. We're gonna make it, and
Why is everybody replacing me?
I'll be okay. Anyways, so it's based off this idea that people love talking about ideas in the respective cities. How do we get all of the critical thinkers into one spot?
Right.
And so that's how kind of IdeaWave was formed. The other thing that started it was the idea of I wanted to go to TED, which is a really popular ideas conference.
Right.
When I went to register, it turns out it's like over $7,000
Right.
to attend.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
So I was like, well, there's one other ideas conference in North America, Idea City in Toronto. I was like, well, I'll go to it. It's over $3,000. So I was like, man, why is there no affordable ideas conference? So it was the parallel between those two things that I thought, I'll just try and make an ideas conference that's affordable to most people and keep the tickets under $100 and instead try and get sponsorship to offset the cost.
Right.
And so here we are 3 years later.
This is a third year?
Third year, yeah.
And big part of our show, of course, is about engagement, not marriage. Very much about how we engage and how we talk to each other. How is IdeaWave different in how it engages with the audience?
It's I can't even explain a parallel just from the conversations this morning. So we've limited it to 10 minutes per talk.
Okay.
So it's just enough to get the idea out
rapid
there without
fire.
getting into details. And there's also no theme or limit on subject matter. So you get a product idea and then how to make your life better and then how we can save the world. Like the ideas are just so diverse.
Right.
But we do 3 kind of quick hits and then we take a break. And so in the break is like whichever one really resonated with you is like I need to go talk to that person. Or just talk to
Very
somebody you've
open.
never even met who's sitting beside you, but you're now in this like 15-minute conversation of like that really resonated with me. And like if there's nothing, even this morning, like something you've heard resonates with you. Who knows what it is, and it's different for each person. But the conversations that I've had, that's right. In the men's washroom, the conversation doesn't normally take place.
Go on.
And I'm sitting there, like, I'm going to the washroom, and like some guys are like, so yeah, patents suck, eh? And I'm like, yes. And like this is based off one of the talks this morning, and so we're into this like engaged conversation about like how
Not too engaged. You are the men's washroom. You are, yeah, fair enough. Not too
no
engaged.
handshaking at
Yeah,
the top.
exactly.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's just interesting that you never know what resonates with each individual.
Right.
So the engagement is the
Very
critical piece here that I've not seen at any other conference like that. By doing these breaks in between, it allows the opportunity to meet other critical thinkers in the community.
This is the third year?
Third year.
Yeah.
Third year? Okay. I've only, like, I'll be honest, I haven't had a chance to partake, but I know a lot of the people I've talked to that are regular participants. Mike Vardy, who was a recent guest on our show as well. They're really in love with this conference because it's such a grassroots and it's a very community feel, and you can't get better of engagement than, you know, that sort of thing, where it's sort of the groundswell, as it were, for that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I've had the last year's been really exciting. TED has started this TEDx series, and so they got 5 TEDx's were approved a year ago in Victoria.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we
the
were,
idea is
we were a
we're
big
gonna-
part of the Wanda one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a slew, and I noticed next month UVic is now doing Idea Fest.
Oh.
So it's one of those
Okay.
things that's interesting. IdeaWave was started here 2 years before any of this, so it feels good to be the kind of grassroots,
Right.
community-based one that's started here, local. So I love that feeling, and anybody that's been here, like, there's very few people who are like, this is not for me. If you're here, you love critical thinking, you love sharing ideas, collaborating, and engaging with people.
Okay. And it might be a little too late, last minute, for everybody to go to this one, because, I mean, tomorrow's the last day.
Right.
But if they want to know more about IdeaWave, where do
So
they go?
actually, yeah, we do have only one ticket, which is good for the whole weekend, but it's still, it's less than $100 whenever you come. So I mean, I make it as affordable, even for a day. It's like, for less than $100, you can come to an entire day of talks. Like,
Right.
it's 10 minutes each, so you're getting a lot of value, you know,
Right,
even for
right.
one day.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah, you go to ideawave.ca. We try and put the videos online, so if you click on the 2010 conference, for example, you can watch all of the videos.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can go retroactively and check them out.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Have you been to IdeaWave?
No.
You're a
I
big
missed
jerk.
the last. I'm sorry.
Well, we
but-
came to this one, and I mean,
Yes.
I know that I've already talked to a few people that have already gone to this one and just keep raving about it. So
Right.
we're the idiots here, basically.
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for being a
Yeah,
part of
no
this,
worries.
Chris.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, that was another episode of Getting Engaged.
Submit a talk for next year.
Yeah, I know. I was a big jerk.
Yeah.
I really wanted to come this year.
I know he's just so too busy for us.
I'm trying to
Your day job.
work-life balance. Work-life balance. Work-life balance. I'm trying.
Yeah, yeah.
There's,
You should talk
there's
about
talks
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, thanks for coming, Chris. Appreciate
Thanks
that.
for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm Russel Lolacher,
I'm Yukari, Peerless.
and that was another episode of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.